Hi crafters, it's Claire from Springworth, and today I'm going to introduce you to one of my other crafting hobbies. You may have seen me quilting, you may have seen me knitting, you may have also seen some gold work, but one of my other long-term interests is cross stitch. And I've probably been cross stitching since primary school, on and off. So this is my most recent piece. This is Bowen Terrace. If I just lift that so you can see. In orange, and it's a terraced block of 12 houses, and I obviously developed the pattern because there's not very many patterns for that, but close up you can see the tiny stitches, the tree in the middle, window frames, door handles, lattice, iron lattice, a very detailed piece, even in that small scale. And I stitched that for the first CWA competition, handicraft competition, that I entered in February 2022 when it was selected for state. So there's kind of levels of the judge, and it went through to New South Wales as representative of my region. And then a few months later, so August 2022, I started on the follow-up piece. So thinking about those old buildings around where I live or places that are significant to me, and stitching those at that kind of really that small scale. And I picked this building, so I'm going to put a picture here. It is the Strand Theatre. It is actually now the Salvo's charity shop, which is one of my favourite charity shops in one of my favourite buildings in Orange. So the first stage was to develop a design, and I'm going more, because there's less building, I have been able to put more detail in. It is obviously a larger scale than the houses. But I have the front, no that's the side, the front of the design here. So this is the front of the building with the doors and the windows in here. And then I am going to try and make it somewhat three-dimensional because this building is on a corner. So from here across, we go up towards that vanishing point. So working very much on the diagonal through this section. So where did I get to? Oh, not as far as I would like, but going to try and get in that competition in the coming February, which is 2024. So that gives me 2 months to complete this piece. Back to the cross stitch, and I've done a little bit of work off camera, so let me bring you up to where we're at. I have almost finished the brick. I do have an extra section that comes up at the end. Then I will need to do the roof, and then hopefully, thinking about the design, then on to the kind of outlines and the details. Time-wise, I'm doing pretty well. It's the middle of December, so I still have heaps of time until the beginning of February, but I do need to allow time to make sure I can get it looking good in a frame. So let's get stitching. The cross stitching is finished, except for that one tiny section just on this side, which is in a back stitch collar. So this is the front of the building, and then this is the side. That's the profile, and it is a building from the corner, and I'll put the picture up again to remind you what it looks like. So now for some back stitching for the outline, I need to put the name on. It's called the strand. It goes here, and some lettering in the center. All the flourishes around. Almost there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the back stitching for another video so I can share this with you, and I will come back for the finishing touches when it is transformed, and hopefully you really get to see that 3-dimensional building to go with my other one.